Good morning, you guys. So, I'm going to try to get this video out as soon as I can. You guys saw last week's training video, which I'll try to put in the description box. I'm notoriously bad for forgetting to do that. So if I say I put a link or something in the description box, probably because I forgot. You guys. So, I don't know why this makes me want to cry, but it does. You guys know that Mufasa weighed 62 pounds. He lost almost 5 pounds within that week. He is now 57 pounds. If you see me looking down over here, it's because I'm looking at my notes. Okay? We only have where did that come from? I have no idea. We only have a few things with Mufasa. We are continuing to work on the bug zapper, which this week we are supposed to be moving it around, turning it on for a couple minutes at a time, hopefully making that low buzzing noise a good good association with it. So the other things that we have for Mr. Mufasa is burp, gas. Also, I'm very well aware that this is here. It is a very sore pimple. And then this on the side of my mouth is just a very dry spot. So, there's that. We are going to continue to work on Crawl. Mufasa did something pretty funny last week where I was listening to some music on the computer. I always do. It's nothing out of the ordinary, but Mufasa had started to come up next to me, and the song that I was listening to said "Turn Around." Well, the song, I think he thought it was me. It doesn't sound anything alike, but I think he thought that it was me. So he literally turned around and went back to his bed. When he got by his bed and when I realized what had happened, I called him back and told him to lay next beside me. So, instead of using the word spin, we are now using the word turn around. So we have to have a new command of take a break. Let me write that down. And then take a break. And then okay. We are also, like I said, we're going to make a command of take a break, which just means that he can sniff for an hour because we do have problems with him trying to sniff at bad times. So we're going to try to fix that. We're going to be working more on a focused heel. We want to start slow and hopefully build up to about 30 seconds by the end of this week. So that is our goal. A lot of this week is actually revolved around Xena. So my trainer had asked me what my expectation was for Xena, and I told her exactly what my expectation is, and that is to be able to have her where Mufasa is at. Now, Mufasa is nowhere near where I want him. He is considered to be a fully trained psychiatric service dog. However, he is still working on the medical side of things as well. So, Xena has been having an issue with one of her bowls. It's a triangle bowl. I think I did that right. It's a triangle bowl, and I don't think she likes her whiskers being in it, so we are going to feed her from that bowl for this week, just so that she can get used to having her... Can I stop burping, please? Just to get her used to that. So we are going to mix up the feedings with the next week. Put her on the treadmill for anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes with a light jog for about 5. We are going to be working on door manners, and Xena is to be the last dog out. Now, we are going to be practicing a sit-stay for the next 2 weeks. And the order that the dogs are supposed to go out are Maddie, then Mufasa, and then Xena. So, Xena has a very bad habit of door dashing, which is one that we're going to try to fix. From there, we're going to put her in her working gear and work on a heel inside of the house, that every time she cuts in front, we are supposed to correct her with a nope, slow down. And she usually works on a harness. I work her on a harness. My husband doesn't, but I do. So she will be getting a harness correction, and that was more put her back where she needs to be kind of thing. So we are trying to find some kind of barrier, and one thing that we came up with was using either a cane or a car antenna, and it's more or less just a physical barrier to show her, no, you are not going to cut in front of me. That's what we're trying to do with her. She has a very bad habit of zigzag, 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 and part of that is cutting in front of you. With the barrier being there, she's not going to be able to cut in front without being hit or bonked or whatever you want to call it with a physical barrier. So that barrier right there should already tell her, no, you cannot cut in front. And I know this week, I know she's going to try to push boundaries. I know this. I'm aware of this, which is why we are not doing a whole lot with her. I have a very short fuse with dogs that don't listen. Because of that, and because of my uncontrolled temper, if you will, we're going to figure that out. So, I told you the barrier. We have to be firm with her this week. She is not going to understand right away why we are doing what we are doing, and she's going to test boundaries. Please know this. Like, if you have a dog like Xena, she's a very high energy, very high-strung dog. She's not an easygoing dog like Mufasa, for example. So, oh, well, I think we got all of that. Okay. Yeah, so the things that we are working on with Xena this week are door manners, sit stays, and then not cutting in front. So, there is this week's training sessions, if you will. I have... Oh, wait, hang on. I think there is a back. Oh, let me just work on this a little bit more. This is in reference to Mr. Mufasa. You guys know Mufasa has a very bad issue with whining. Well, he started to pick up on it again. So every time he whines, the last thing I did with him was bring him around a dog, let him whine, but I didn't acknowledge it. The only time he got acknowledgement for it is when he was quiet. So with the whining, ignore it. Do not, if you're out in public, it's something that we are still very much working on. Just because he's considered to be a fully trained psychiatric service dog does not mean that he makes mistakes, and it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Another thing with Mufasa is how do I explain this? He does not like to challenge the owner, if you will. So a lot of the things with him is that he won't look at my eyes. However, he will look at my chest. So I tell him, look at me. I point to my chest instead of my eyes. He does not like to challenge me, like I said. And then he's going to practice no sniffing for X amount of time. Now, this is going to throw, specifically it's going to throw me off only because I don't usually work him with a leash, because some of the tasks that he has, like go get help or go find whoever we're with, he needs to be off leash to do that. And a lot of that also revolves around his anxiety related tasks. For one thing that he's constantly doing is doing orbits around me constantly. So if he had a leash, that would interfere with him doing his task, and then it would just interfere with me. So Mufasa has hours of off-leash training. It takes hours to do this, and I'm talking probably a good 100+ hours. Like, he did not get trained in off-leash overnight. It's gonna take time. I know some of you guys are excited about it, but take your time, do it right the first time. Don't have to go back like I did the first couple times. So there is this week's training session, and I'm going to try to get this video out to you right now. I love you guys. I hope you guys are having a good day. Bye, guys.